This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. You know, there's something very special about walking into a bakery. The smell of something fresh in the oven, the warmth, the creativity, and the sense that you're about to treat yourself to something that's really good. And here in Waco, we are about to have a brand new place to do just that. Fox & Co. Bakery. And I'm so delighted to have Victor Hernandez here in the studio with me again. We were in a different location before, and it was lovely having Fox & Co. Bakery, where we bake foxy things, as a sponsor for a while, and loved it. Victor, this is an exciting step for you.
Yeah, we're very excited about this new thing. Just kind of hoping we can get people to come out and like the stuff, like what we make.
Listen, if once the first bite, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And I have to tell everybody that you baked our anniversary cake for my husband and I for our anniversary. And I mean, people have not stopped talking about, raving about it. It was a carrot cake, but you'd cut up carrots, little tiny, and dusted them in gold so they looked like little gold nuggets on the top.
Yeah.
It was just, this guy is amazing. So but you've been working out of your home.
Yes, so we've been working out of our home since last June, just baking and doing small markets, and then Saturday morning pickups and things like that. But we're hoping to expand and appeal maybe to a bigger audience and just kind of see how things go.
Okay, and as they say, now it's a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So Fox & Co. Bakery is going to be located at 6th and Franklin, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Opening later this month. We're talking around the 22nd.
The 22nd is our launch date, hopefully.
Okay, yeah. Very good, very good. So what has it taken, and I'm in my head, I'm trying to think which building that is on Franklin. It's close to what?
So it's actually the same building right now with where Sison Tacos is, if anybody is a fan of that taco restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Paper Crown is in there. The other one is Summer Ellis Jewelry.
Oh, okay.
It's that same building in the front corner.
Okay, very good, very good. So what have you had to do to outfit it? I mean, are you baking there in that? Are you still baking at your house, or how are you doing
so that building is very old and has a lot of history, and so there a long time ago was a bakery already in the building.
No kidding.
Yeah, so in the basement actually is a commercial kitchen with these massive ovens in it. So we're taking over that space.
Get out.
So we're baking in the basement and then bringing everything up to sell in the top
Just
floor.
Like, I love it when a plan comes together.
It's super
right?
fun, yeah. Which is nice because we're not losing square footage to the kitchen.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, and it's funny because when you first walked in here, you said, "Oh, well, we looked at this building." Yeah. At one time. So you were looking for just the right spot, and it sounds like you found it.
We did, yeah. And the people who own it, it's Anthem Arms or Anthem
Stories.
Anthem Stories, yes. Mm-hmm. And they've been really great to work with, and so they've been working with us on terms and things like that, and just really made it a sweet deal for us. So we're enjoying it. We're excited. Yeah.
Well, it's it's been fun to hear your story and how you have kind of progressed, how you were kind of gifted the opportunity to go to culinary school. Do you want to tell that story again?
Yeah,
I love that story.
We were at I was working at Magnolia at the time. This is in 2019, I believe, right before COVID hit. And then the year before, in 2018, I believe, Chip did the Chip Starter campaign where he invited just fans to share with him if they had a dream. And then he sort of made some of those wishes come true. And then the next year, in 2019, they did the same thing for employees for the Christmas party. And so at the time, I said, I'd like to go back to culinary school. I was already working in food and helping with some things food-wise there while I was managing the commercial kitchen. And then I I shared that I would like to go back to culinary school, but I didn't want to get into a ton of debt,
No.
And so at the Christmas party, they gifted me with a check for $20,000. It paid for my culinary school, which I did online through COVID.
Yeah,
so
because
that
it was
fun.
COVID when
It
all
was
this was
COVID.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I got my culinary degree, and so now I'm a chef. It was really fun.
So yeah, so you were working for Magnolia, doing kind of honing your craft in a way,
Yeah.
the business part of it and all that. So how did Fox and Co Bakery come to life?
So that was because when I left Magnolia and was working at DeCampley's as culinary director there for a little while, as I was getting really closer to 40, I started going, I could be doing this for myself. I'm helping other people with their businesses and making food for other people, but I think I would like to make what I want to make now and do things a little bit differently. And so I left there. I gave them plenty of notice. But I left there, and then my wife and I decided together that a bakery was what made the most sense for us. Because originally I wanted a bookstore, and now I have my partner in crime here today.
Okay, we're gonna take a pause, and you're gonna get our little friend. And we're back, and that little voice you just heard belongs to Miles. Is that right?
Miles, yeah.
Yes, Miles. And he wanted to be part. So you're doing dad duty today as you come in to talk with me about Fox and Co. And I guess that's kind of to be your own boss.
Yeah.
It allows you more time with the young ones.
It does, yeah. So I for sure couldn't have brought him to work with me and any other job, but there's no daycare today, so
he's a
with
cutie.
Me. He's hanging out.
He's a cutie. And so probably a little too young maybe to be eating a lot of the baked goods.
Correct, yeah. We let him sample some things sometimes, but not very much.
Yeah, maybe a lick of some icing or something.
It's his older brother and sister. They want baked goods all the time.
I'll bet they do. So when did your love of baking first start?
It started actually at Magnolia when they first invited me just to help on a couple of to fix a couple of recipes that were having some issues while I was at the commercial kitchen. And they were just like, hey, can you help us figure this thing out? And then as I was working on that, I realized it was a lot of fun to do and to play with the food. And so from there, I just got obsessed with learning about recipes and food and started working on things. And then it became a passion. So when I wasn't at work, I was at home making things. And then the culinary school really helped.
Well, obviously, give you even more ideas, but that's what I love, though, about people who've gone on to really study and learn about food this way, that allows in their creativity to, and you're almost an artist. I mean, you are, if you saw that cake, you would, I'll find a picture. We'll drop that in. Yeah, the wonderful carrot cake you did for us for our anniversary. So what does this mean to you personally, though, to be opening this bakery?
I'm not sure. We're only a couple of weeks away, or a week and a half now away from opening, and I'm not sure yet that it feels real. It feels like because I've done this before with other jobs in helping to open a food entity, so it feels like still a little bit of that. I don't know that it will feel like this is a business that I own and this is mine until we start running. So now I'm running on the hopes and dreams fuel that that I have right now, and then I think once we get into the space and are officially serving customers and like the people are enjoying stuff that I make, it'll start to feel like this is really mine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like this location at 601 Franklin was just sitting there waiting for you. So, but why downtown Waco? Was there a particular draw that you were looking there?
No, not really. I think it was just that the building ended up being the right thing for us, right at the perfect time. It's one of those things where we had been praying about it, and there were a lot of other options in other areas, and everything just didn't work out. And then we had a conversation with the guys over at Anthem, and things just started to fall into place and make sense, and financially made sense, and all the things just kind of fell together, and it was sort of ended up being the perfect thing. So I think the prayers worked.
Oh, absolutely.
And,
so what can folks expect when they come through the door? Because when you were on the show before and we talked about these darling little loaves, the carrot. I mean, you may have had a carrot. I know you had a lemon poppy seed, and thinking of all the delicious baked goods that you had, and the cookies, and you really can do anything anybody wants.
Yeah.
But are there going to be some additional things to the menu, or what will you have? Will you have a case full of things, or?
Yeah, so initially we're going to keep the menu pretty small just because we're still waiting to see how people will respond to it.
Right.
And then we'll kind of grow into the menu, adding some more things. So we'll have some things that everyone's familiar with already. We are going to try some new things. Like I'm working on now a Dr. Pepper cinnamon roll, which feels very Waco, and is going to be pretty good. And then we are also going to start bringing in coffees.
I was going to say, are you going to have something to drink?
We'll have some coffees.
Right.
We're also doing some scratch-made sodas.
Oh, yeah. See, now
really fun.
that's a whole thing now. What is it? They call them dirty sodas?
Dirty sodas, yes.
Yeah.
So we'll do those, and then we'll do, eventually we'll start adding on things like, lunch things, sandwiches, bento boxes, that kind of stuff. But initially we're going to start out pretty small and just see how people like it.
He's very curious. He's just precious. So signature items, still going to expect that?
Yeah, we'll still have the
and
lemon
you
cake.
have a gluten-free, because my daughter-in-law is gluten-free, and she's quite a connoisseur, because some, quite frankly, taste like chalk.
Yes, that's true.
So, but yours does not.
No, ours is pretty
It's
good.
awesome, yeah.
So we do have, on the first days that we're open, we're going to have our gluten-free blueberry muffin, which is really, really good. But then anything else that's gluten-free, we're still taking orders for. So if anybody wants something custom, we can do it. But in the shelf, we'll have the gluten-free blueberry.
Well, and I want to know, so you're still doing things for customers out of your house as well, still?
Well,
at this
yes,
point?
But once we are officially open, we'll do everything out of the
You'll be done with that. So how do you balance creativity and with consistency when it comes to baking?
Oh, so it's I think anybody who's ever worked in the kitchen knows that you just have to standardize everything.
Yeah.
So once you're being creative and you taste things, and I let my wife taste it and she tells me if it's good or bad. And then
All right.
once I get the green light from her, then we write down the menu, we test it again and again just to make sure everything is right. And then it's all about training anybody else who's going to help. So we have 2 employees now, and they're in the middle of training. And
Good,
so
good.
We'll make sure everything is up to the standard.
Good. So yeah, running a bakery is no small task, So I guess you've learned about some challenges along the way, even before the doors officially open, with helpers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a fun day.
So some of the challenge. In fact, you mentioned before you sat down that you were kind of putting out some fires and things happening. So I guess you've already learned, even before the doors open.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that happen. A lot of different moving wheels and people to talk to, and inspections, and
Well,
all
yes,
the things that
right.
come into
Yeah,
it.
lots of boxes to check off. So Waco does support its local businesses, though.
Yeah, it does. Waco is very good at supporting
And
businesses.
So has community played a part so far?
So it's been phenomenal. We met a lot of people in just the few months that we've been doing this, going to like Startup Waco and just markets and different things like that. And so
I came to see you at I think it was the Lorena
Market,
Farmers Market.
But even some of the other markets, like we did the
will you still be doing that or not?
Not initially. We're gonna try to keep it
Just focus on the
until we
the
can
bakery,
handle
yeah.
things. Yeah,
Gotcha.
we're not sure what that's gonna look like to
Sure.
do both.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But with the people that we've met at markets and at Startup Waco and things like that have been super helpful and willing to just jump in with us and do things. So you almost expect everyone to treat other small businesses like competition, where it's like, I'll buy a pastry, but secretly I hope that you'll close. But that hasn't been the case. Everyone has been so supportive, and I think Waco is good at small business community, and so
that's good.
It's been
That's
really
a good
sweet.
thing.
Yeah.
So what do you hope that Fox & Co. Bakery is going to become for people?
Yeah. So we're hoping that Fox & Co. Bakery is a place where people, locals specifically, feel like there's a place that they can go and just relax and have a good time and enjoy really good coffee and really good pastries, where everything is good on the menu and not just like we're good at pastries and we just have okay coffee or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's something that feels like it's for Wacoans, because downtown, we feel like a lot of times businesses focus a lot on like what's Magnolia doing or what's Baylor doing and things like that. But the locals who are working downtown and are here 365 days a year are can sometimes get a little bit neglected in that. Mm-hmm. And so we want this to be really for the locals and really for what people are doing.
So you're going to have lots of tables and chairs. You're planning to do that, or is it more kind of a come in and get something, maybe sit down, or a place to, I mean, sometimes I imagine, Baylor students coming and parking and sitting there and doing, using your Wi-Fi.
Which is true and is fair, and that's okay. So we don't mind if people come and sit for a little while.
Okay.
There is going to be some things that are grab and go if you're just in a hurry and you
right.
go. But
a meeting spot. In other words, I'm going to meet my friend and let's go to Fox and Co.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what you'd like to see it become.
Yeah, let's get a treat, let's get a coffee, let's hang out for a little bit. We're perfectly fine with that. We'd also like to be a decent event space. People want to do have a meeting there, or we've got a Wednesday night Bible study, we need a space. We're perfectly fine with all that kind of stuff.
Good.
So we do have a lot of tables in there, and then we're going to try to get some outdoor seating as well.
Yeah. So your hopes for the future then?
Yeah. So
is what
we're hoping people like it, and then we'll expand our menu if they do, and add in some new things, and then
maybe franchise. Hey, why not? Why not?
Grow into a much larger bookstore situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if folks want to learn more about Fox & Co. Bakery, where should they go? What should they
look for? It's Fox & Co. Bakery on Instagram or Facebook, or foxandcobakery.com for our website. Everything is pretty much there, or come on down to 6th and Franklin. We'll be there.
Oh, well, I'm so excited for you, because it has been a delight for me to see your progression and hear your story of how you're progressing with this wonderful talent you have for baking, and I can assure you, it's awesome. It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Over these months. It's been really nice.
Well, give him one more kiss from me, and we will tell you we'll be back with more of the show. And do want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by CTWP, your copier company. They have 7 locations in Central Texas. CTWP. Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Alan Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
And welcome back to the show today. We are shining a spotlight on a sport that combines strength, precision, teamwork, and a whole lot of heart. Rowing may not be the first thing you think of when you think about Central Texas and here in Waco, but it should be, right?
I think so.
The Waco Rowing Center is bringing top-tier competition back to the area with the return of the Texas Rowing Championships, and that is coming up next weekend, April 18th and 19th at Tradinghouse Creek Reservoir. It's an exciting event that draws some of the best crews around. Really, I more than the state, I would bet, Matt.
Some of our events in the fall do draw from all over the region. Since this is the Texas State Championships, this will be just Houston, Austin, Dallas, all the crews from Texas.
Texas Center.
Yeah.
Well, I have head coach Matt Scheuritzel with us here today, and you are the coach. You also are. What else do you do with the Waco Rowing Center?
Yeah, I mean, I've been here since the beginning. So, I've been fortunate enough to kind of lean into the coaching and really start building this program, which has been exciting, getting kids and adults out there on the water every single day. And it's been going great. It's been a really good year for growth. But, one of the things we do, in part because Texas just needs more racing in general, is hosting this state's championship, which
That's
brings
good.
in, it's nice. Rowing's gotten bigger in Austin. It's been bigger in Dallas. It's been big in Austin for quite a while, growing in Houston. And we're just...
I think about the bodies of water there that are available to get. The thing about Central Texas is we have some amazing waterways.
Oh, absolutely. The Brazos River is phenomenal. So is the Bosque. And then Tradinghouse Creek Reservoir is just a little gem out there that we were able to put this course in. We've rowed on Lake Waco. We've sort of done our whole tour of the bodies of water here, and they're all great.
Well, so what is involved in putting on an event like this? Steve Cates was supposed to be here with us today, and you say he's stuck on the lake.
Yes.
So tell me about that. What is he doing now in trying to get this ready?
Oh, it's a ton. I suppose the basics would be a 2,000-meter stretch of flat water.
Okay.
So obviously that's very long.
Yeah.
And then buoys every few meters for, our course is 10 lanes, which is one of the only 10-lane courses in the country. So it's lanes all the way down to from start line to finish line. So it's a lot of buoys. They're anchored to the bottom of the bed down at a trading house. So it's just a lot of.
How deep is that reservoir?
Depends on the state of the water, what kind of drought we're in. It can vary anywhere from like 6 to 8 feet. So every single buoy is attached to steel that kind of can vary slightly. It's extremely complex. And Steve is out there. He raised the lines that rest on the bottom, and then you can kind of hook them, hold them up. They're anchored on one end, 2,000 meters, and then on the other end, they're anchored down. It's an entire grid system on the bottom of the lake. It's crazy.
Yeah. So where do you get these? How are these created?
We were fortunate. We had the course installed by two gentlemen who really are the experts at their trade. They have laid some of the best courses in the world, and they've just really specialized in this their entire lives. And fortunately, these gentlemen came down here and laid this course for us, and now it's just our job to maintain it and, raise it and drop it as the events come in.
Well, now your background in rowing involves time at Cornell University. Yeah. Tell me about that. What got you interested in this sport?
So I'm from Philadelphia, and in Philadelphia, rowing is a huge part of kind of the sports culture. It's where every public school, every private school essentially has a team. And, the high school team that I rowed for had been in existence, the team itself, since the 1800s. So I was fortunate enough to row out of one of those old boathouses on Boathouse Row in Philadelphia. And so that's really what got me into it. I suppose I had a few family members who had done it in college. And then I was just lucky enough to be surrounded by great coaches and, supportive parents, and was recruited out of high school to row at Cornell. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And your brother Tim, I understand he's also big time rower at Princeton.
Yeah, he was better than me. He was he was really good. He still is good. And he rowed at Princeton.
Okay, so what is it that makes a good athletic rower? I mean, is it body shape? Is it just power, strength? I mean,
it's a really good question, and I'll start with I think is a gift that rowing gives, which is it's one of the only sports that you can start at the age of 14 or 13, even 12, but as even 16. And if you put the work in, and it's a lot of work, rowers have consistently been tested amongst the most at the high levels, out of swimming, I think cross-country skiing, some of these other sports, endurance-wise, and the VO2 max are always at the top. But if you put that work in and really dedicate yourself, it's one of those sports where, you don't have to start at Little League and 8 years old and be traveling across the state.
Right.
Yeah. So, but in general, a willingness to tolerate pain. It's an endurance sport. It's time commitment, getting in there, learning that it's a very technical sport. But once you get it, yeah, it is.
Well, I would guess since you're on a body of water, and maybe there was a rain and things are a little heavier as far as the flow. I mean, I would assume there's some variables that you have to work into it.
Very much so. And that's actually one of the things that makes our water here so nice is that it's very low current. The Brazos.
Oh, good.
Yeah, obviously the lakes, Tradinghouse and Lake Waco have 0.
Right.
But then the actual, the Brazos River where we are is essentially a lake because it's dammed on both sides. So unless there's been a serious rain, which happens on occasion, but all rivers flood. Even the oldest, biggest boathouses, they get crushed by rivers every once in a while. It's just part of the sport. You're on the bank. But here, floods are pretty rare, and for 350 days out of the year, it's negligible in terms of like CFS, which is cubic feet per second, which is how we monitor the speed of the water.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned getting youngsters involved in this sport. I have a friend whose son was kind of recruited into doing this sport, and he has taken to it like as I say, a duck to water. He just loves and is doing super well at it, and I know it's gratifying as a parent to see a child, latch on to something that is going to be a success for them.
Yeah, it's a unique sport. It's one where you can really see your success tangibly. You're monitoring it on testing, which is then used for college recruitment if you wish to choose, if you choose to go down that path. But it's just a very results-based sport. It's extremely addictive in that sense. It also, for a young kid, whether they're boy or girl, it gets you in pretty amazing shape, and that can also be addictive. I remember in high school that was, an aspect for me.
Girl, chick magnet, a little bit
at one point. Yeah,
that's always good, right?
Yeah.
But you say it's girls row as well, right?
Oh yeah, it's in fact, for girls rowing right now with Title IX, the majority of teams of your elite football colleges in at the university level, they offset those programs with rowing. So I would say women's rowing has become probably the number one driver in athletic scholarships for young women across the nation.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's,
did not know that.
Yeah. There's some elite teams, you have University of Texas right down in Austin, which is, arguably, one of the best programs of the last decade. They've won a lot of championships. They're consistently elite, but, you have Ohio State, you have Alabama. All these different colleges have elite women's teams.
So do most of them have rowing teams, or is this a rather select thing?
Yeah, I would say now the NCAA on the women's side is pretty heavily represented.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah, you have across the Division I, and then even down to Division III, you have the NESCAT schools up in the Northeast, your Hamiltons, your Williams, some other just elite universities, a little smaller, but they also have, rowing teams where they're traveling across the country.
So what kind of investment is involved? I mean, do individuals buy oars or all that stuff, the boats and everything provided? How do you train?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. The upfront costs for starting a club are high. The boat, the material, the equipment is extremely expensive, but that's because it's high quality.
Right.
These shells that you're rowing in are that thick, carbon fiber made. It's really pretty amazing when you just glide on the water. But in terms of, for our club and most clubs across the country, you'll join the club and then you'll have access to row the boats. So, our adults and our kids, they all row the same equipment and are having a pretty good time doing it.
Okay, so you just have a fee or whatever to use the.
Yeah, exactly. We
Yeah.
have a competitive youth team, a development adult team, and then there's also like a membership where, you know, if you know how to row, which we teach you to how to row, then, you know, we have people who just come in. Either some people want to race and some people are competitive, both at both levels, adults and kids. And then some adults just kind of really want to go out there and get their workout in. And it's just
Well,
an
and
opportunity.
recreational, see a part of Waco from a different vantage.
That's my biggest, I mean, that's my favorite
Yeah.
thing is just getting people out there where, you know, the reality is like the Brazos River is gorgeous. And, you know, I've long thought since moving here, it's Waco's best asset is that river. I think it's beautiful. I think it runs through downtown. There's not a whole ton of development on it yet. Not that, you know, that's going to be exciting too, but it's just this empty canvas that's just beautiful. And you know, the bluffs are overlooking at Brazos Park East. You have the confluence of the rivers, you know, with the bosque there. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it's, you know, that's one of the selling points of the sport is that you get to be out in nature the entire time.
Oh yeah, well we've been at Brazos Landing eating, and you know you see folks going along, you know, in the big long. Is this what is also called punting, or is that something different?
I think that might be something different, but if it is, I'm behind. If it's not,
It may be a British thing. I don't know.
It could be.
But yeah, but they're in the boats that are competing.
Yeah, there's typical boats that are long and would be on the water would be rowing shells, and then dragon boating is the other big one. That's
Dragon boating. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that doesn't really have. It's not really a rowing, but it's rowing adjacent in the sense that a lot of the boathouses do both. And dragon boating's, I don't know exactly where it started. I want to say it started in the Northeast, but it's a little bit more accessible. You're kind of sitting down / on your knees, and it's more people in a boat. I believe it originated in China, and it's yeah, you know, and then I know for the fact in the Northeast, it's even gotten to the corporate level where different companies and different businesses will have their dragon boating teams.
Oh, fun!
It is pretty
instead
fun.
of a softball team, they
Pretty much, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's intense. They'll get out there and you'll have races, but it's the same thing with rowing. You know, you'll have different in bigger cities. You'll have different clubs and different organizations who will put together 8 people who want to row competitively, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, sounds like it's a pretty full workout if
Oh, absolutely.
you're rowing.
Yeah, legs first. That's one of the things people mix up is it's not an arm sport. Your seat moves in the boat, so you're actually pushing your legs and dragging the handle through the water more so than you are pulling. But
Well, I mean, and of course, most gyms have a rowing machine.
oh yeah,
Is that where you're kind of making that motion? So is that a good way to kind of train for doing it?
It's the way to train. Those machines are often the gateway for most people to even learn about rowing.
Okay.
Yeah, CrossFit, which is obviously blown up in popularity, they adopted the erg into their workout, and it went from sort of a niche athletic equipment that would often be in gyms, but 1 or 2, and then with the kind of explosion of CrossFit, the ergometer has become a much more commonplace and recognized and used piece of equipment. And all the elite teams at every single level, that's your training equipment.
Okay.
Often more of the work is done on the erg, and then more kind of practice and technical stuff on the water. Even not to say you don't work hard on the water too, but the erg is heavily used.
So you're located where? Where is the Waco Rowing Center?
Our primary location is at Brazos Park East in Waco, downtown, right at the confluence of the river.
Yeah, there's a pavilion and all that stuff down there.
Correct.
So it's
Yeah,
close to that.
Yeah, we're exactly adjacent to that, all the way down by the boat ramp. If you look to the right, you'll see our dock there. You'll see our equipment behind a fence there, and then we also have we access Lake Waco. We have a dock there, and then at Tradinghouse Creek Reservoir is obviously where our course is. So multiple different anywhere there's water, you'll find us.
Okay, so the event that's coming up on the 18th and 19th. Spectators welcome, I would presume.
Yeah.
Is there an admission charge to
No,
come in and watch?
not yet.
So what should folks do? Do you have bleachers, or do you have, I don't know, how do you have it, or bring your lawn chairs?
Yeah, I would bring your lawn chairs. It depends on the event. We've done bleachers in the past. It makes sense certainly for the river. There's different styles of races. In the fall, it's 5,000 meters, sort of a time trial. That's the tradition. We host 2 of those every year. And then the spring is more exciting. That is your main racing season across all levels of rowing. And that's a 2,000 meter course. And that's, 6 to 10 boats across, all going at once. First to finish wins. So obviously, most of the spectators will be along the finish line, including all the parents and everything. And yeah, everybody's welcome. We really want to, it's growing here. And, anybody who wants to come out and see just what it's like, well, it's pretty sweet to watch. I mean, it's exciting. Sometimes you get some good finishes.
So do the competitors have numbers on them like a runner does? And that's how you can kind of keep up with who's who?
That's a really good question. So in the fall, either if it's a single, which is just with one rower, they'll wear a number on their back.
Okay.
If it's in the fall, again, because you can have 600 boats in a single race, even more.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, some of the races have thousands, but they'll have a number on the back, and the bow person, which is the front of the boat, so they're the first one to be seen. But in the spring and in the fall, they'll additionally have a what's called a bow number, which attaches to the boat, which identifies what lane they're in.
Okay.
So if you're in lane 2, you'll have a number 2 for on the back of your boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody ever strays from one lane to another.
Oh, absolutely they do. Yeah, they're not supposed to. But yeah, especially in the newer, we call them the novice rowers.
Yeah,
you have to be a little bit more patient.
The little newbies.
Yeah, I mean it's there's not that many sports where you're throwing a bunch of 13 and 14-year-olds in a boat that costs as much as a car and saying like go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's part of the
very exciting.
Yeah.
What brought you to Waco?
A combination of things. I was in the Northeast with my wife. My wife was from Florida. We were looking for a move. She works remotely, travels a lot, and I identified the water here. I knew I've worked in rowing forever. I was fortunate to spend a long time at a really big club up in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. So this has kind of been your life.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
It's I spent a decade up there just, working with kids, traveling all over the world for rowing, taking them places, helping them get into college. That's a huge thing I love to do.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it really, I'm a firm believer that rowing is, one of the most accessible and rewarding ways of helping the college application process. If, the athlete chooses to go down that path, which is always a choice, obviously. But it's certainly there. And I just wanted to open doors more for, kids from Central Texas who this region is growing in the sport.
I was going to say, I mean, here, they play Pee Wee football or they play Little League, and so providing something like this is kind of novel.
Yeah, and I think it's only going to continue. I think, I think lacrosse is going to make its way down here. I think some of these other sports that just, the reality is there's only, football, football's an amazing sport. I love football. Mm-hmm. Everybody plays it. So it's just, some of these niche sports that are a little bit less, that are widespread, but a little bit less dominated can sometimes be a little bit more accessible for folks who are really looking for access, anything that's kind of separates them in that college process.
Well, and as a parent, I'm always thinking injuries. There's nothing worse than knowing a 30-year-old who, overdid it, as a teenager in their sport and have lifelong injuries. So you've been doing this a long time, are there particular injuries or particular joints that have issues with rowing?
Yeah, it's another good question. So it's not, CTE is not an issue. You're not going to have Tommy John surgery or anything like that.
Yeah, right. Some people have it repeatedly, and I'm like, oh, this is terrible.
I know. And it's, that's something.
Kind of hurts my heart when I see that.
Oh, for sure. And I think we're still within the next 10 or 15 years going to get more and more data on just how impactful, that is in certain sports. But with rowing, it's mostly overuse. And, mostly the good news is most of that can be just solved with rest. You're doing the same motion over and over again.
Right. It's a repetitive motion.
Yeah, exactly. So most of the injuries are going to be core, you're going to have back. The back's a common injury. If of the injuries, that would be the most common, would be, herniated discs, which can be a pain. And then rib fractures. But that's why, we're so anal. We work on core every single day. Core is what protects you. So, but that, when you go up when you put your blade in the water up at the front of the stroke, and you're pressing
Mhm.
pressing your feet against the foot stretcher to move your seat back, it puts a lot of load right on your rib cage.
Yeah, I
So
can see that.
in
Mhm.
terms of the, immediate short-term injuries, rib fractures are somewhat common, but
Mm.
none of these injuries are popping up very frequently. I was fortunate enough never to have a major injury, and I've rode forever. So
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. That's great. um, so, what kind of mental set does someone need to be a good competitive rower?
patience, curiosity, and drive. A real drive to push yourself. I think most of I think there's, if I was to look at, the best rowers I've ever coached on both men and women, I would say the correlating factors are just a real drive, a real willingness to, one, be patient with yourself at the beginning because there's a large learning curve, and then two, a willingness to do work outside of the actual practice itself. Those who work on their core at home, stretch at home, all those little things that sometimes fall through the cracks at the the bookends of practice can really separate an athlete from the rest of the
Yeah.
field.
Are there maybe some names of folks you've worked with who've gone on to great things with?
Oh my gosh, too many to name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, the best girl I ever coached was a girl named Carson Healy. She went on to row at Boston University, the other BU, and she was fantastic. She was a lightweight girl too, which I always like to mention. So there's lightweight, heavyweight, open weight.
Oh, so really that's how they categorize.
Yeah, rowing,
Interesting.
a lot of people think rowing, you have to be, 6'4", my size. I was a heavyweight. So honestly, I was one of the smaller guys on my team.
Really?
Yeah, but everybody, you don't have to be that. My brother's 5'10" and a half, 5'11". He was a
Mhm.
lightweight. And, that it's the same thing with women. I think Carson was 5'7", 5.5" maybe. And 125 pounds, and she just was a monster in terms of efficiency.
Really?
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah, and then a ton. I mean, a kid named Aiden Levy, he went to Naval Academy, which has an elite program.
Mm.
So some of these kids are all, but yeah, there's too many to name.
Oh, that's neat. When you talk about a sport that, these kids get into at a young age, I love sports that can be a lifelong sport. So what's the top age you see people still rowing?
That's another really good point. So that's, in terms of the folks who are really trying to spread rowing across the world, I would say that's one of the major driving factors. Is it is one of those sports that you can start at 12 and continue into your 80s.
Yeah.
And, Head of the Charles, which is the biggest rowing event in the world, that's in Boston every single year. That is the biggest spectator sporting event in the city of Boston annually.
Bigger than the marathon?
Bigger than the marathon.
Wow.
And yeah, not by much, but it's bigger than the marathon.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And the thousands and thousands of spectators. And, obviously hotel room nights. But the coolest thing about that is you'll have rowers who are rowing in the division for 80-year-olds who have been rowing in that race since they were 20 or even younger.
Yeah,
and they just come back every year.
Oh, man, I love it. Again, the Texas Rowing Championships
Yes, ma'am.
happening at Tradinghouse Creek Reservoir, and that's located where? How do people get to it?
It's in Hallsburg, so it's it's just about 15 minutes down the road, and maybe 20. And you go down there. Parking's really, really easy, and it's right in Hallsburg. Tradinghouse Creek Reservoir pops right up on Google Maps. And
Yep. So will you have food trucks there? People need to bring refreshments or what?
Sometimes we have food trucks there. Sometimes there's always people cooking out, but you're also always welcome to bring your own food and everything.
Okay,
like that.
yeah. So I guess pets are welcome.
Absolutely.
To come and watch.
You'll
and
see plenty of dogs there.
cheer on your favorite rower. So how does competing on a 2,000-meter fully buoyed course like this prepare athletes then for regionals and nationals?
An excellent question. Again, so I would say one of my bigger goals with rowing in Texas is to increase the amount of racing. If you look at a region like Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, and even California, these crews are racing 6-7 times down buoyed courses prior to the national and regional level events, which are why kids are doing this, why adults are doing this. And in Texas, we really only have 1 or 2 opportunities. So we're at an immense disadvantage.
Yeah.
And the purpose of, starting this race at States would be eventually to ramp up and get more racing out there on the course, even if it's not as consequential as a States championship. In Philadelphia, they have a thing called a Manny Flick Series, which is 5 consecutive weekends of racing. And all it does is prepare these kids for their season. And so in Texas, one of the goals, and it's not just me with this, this goal, it's pretty much the entire region, is just to increase the amount of racing so that our athletes have the same advantages that all the other kids in the country do.
Well, it's exciting. And I mean, I just see the growth potential being enormous here.
I certainly
in
hope
Central
so.
Texas.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I've never started a club from the ground up before, and it's been pretty awesome to see especially the youth team grow, and then also just see some of these kids really start to taste some success, and not just at the local level, but at the state level and regional level.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Well, I know it's going to be wonderful. If somebody says, I'd like to try that, or maybe my son or daughter would like to try that. So how do they get in touch with you? How do they start?
Absolutely. You can go to our website at wacorowingcenter.org, click Watch a Practice. That'll take you to a form to fill out. All of our programming is on that website. Or just reach out to us on Instagram if you're on social, and that's at Waco Rowing Center.
Oh, this is great. I appreciate so much you spending some time, because I know you're busy trying to get everything ready. Again, this is all getting underway on the 18th and 19th next weekend. So what time, and they'll be able to find like the times of certain events and so forth?
Yes. So there's a whole regattas portion of our website, which will have all the information available. It's, click a button, you get there. But the 18th is going to be primarily teams arriving, practicing. The 19th is going to be the primary racing day. And that'll go from roughly 8 to 3. It can add an hour or two depending on weather, delays, but that's the plan.
Yeah, and the person furthest away is coming from where that you know of?
For States, probably Houston. Yeah. But for, in the fall when we do more regional, we've had teams all the way from New Jersey.
Wow. Yeah, from the east. Wonderful. Well, I just am so glad you picked Central Texas to come and help pioneer something as wonderful as the Waco Rowing Center.
Oh, well, I just appreciate you having me and giving me the chance to talk about it.
It's been fun. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you.
Stay with us. There is more.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years, $3. 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair, May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Alan Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.